You can please take your seats. Welcome to Bergen Community College. My name is Jerry Ryan, and I have the privilege of being the president here at the college. We're very pleased to see so many friends of the institution here for this wonderful event. We are very pleased that County Executive Dennis McNerney has chosen the college as the site for his annual State of the County address. I want to introduce to you three of my trustees that are here. I don't get too many opportunities to do this. Aaron Graham, member of the board. Carol Otis, member of the board. And Ron Sabramian, who's our alumni trustee. Ron, thank you. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the Vice Chair of the Board of Freeholders, Elizabeth Calabrese.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. At this time, I will ask the Bergen County Police Honor Guard to please present the colors. Thank you for standing. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. That will be our honor to introduce Kevin and Julia McNerney and Nicely Fernandez from Hackensack High School. Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for remaining standing for our national anthem.
Detail, present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Beautifully done. Thank you so much. That's the pride of Bergen County right there. At this time, I'd like you all to welcome Reverend Gregory Jackson for the invocation.
Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we thank you for this day, We thank you for the occasion that brings us here today. We ask for the movement of your Spirit amongst us as we have come from our work and come over the busy highways, that you would slow us down, slow our spirits down, that we may be in a receptive mood. And we're grateful for the opportunity to be your servants in Bergen County. We hope that you will have some inspiring words for us as we continue to live and to work and to serve the people of Bergen County in these very difficult days. And we pray that the insufficient funds that we experience will not rob us of our joy and our peace as we reach out to serve broken humanity. Bless our efforts and bless our county and bless all that we attempt to do in this part of your world. In your precious name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Reverend Jackson. Please have a seat. I will now ask the honor guard to please retire the colors.
Detail, forward, face. Mark time, march, clear, forward, clear, forward, forward, march, clear, forward, clear.
Good evening again. I am Bergen County Freeholder Elizabeth Calabrese, and I'm here to welcome you to the 2010 State of the County Address. We are pleased to be here at Bergen Community College, an institution that believes in knowledge for today, confidence for tomorrow. Thank you, Dr. Jerry Ryan, for opening your doors to our residents on so many different occasions. I would like to acknowledge our elected officials and constitutional officers who are present this evening. Our surrogate, Mike Dressler, Sheriff Leo McGuire, County Clerk Kathy Donovan, Prosecutor John Molinelli, Freeholders Chairman Jim Carroll, Freeholder David Gans, Freeholder Bernadette McPherson, Freeholder Tomas Padilla, Freeholder John Driscoll, Senator Robert Gordon, Assemblywoman Joan Voss, Assemblywoman Connie Wagner, Assemblyman Gary Scher, and of course, welcome to all the many mayors, council members, and commissioners. We appreciate your attendance. The fact that you have taken out time of your busy schedule to be here is a testament to the cooperative endeavors of our representatives here in Bergen County. Bergen County's 70 municipalities are spread out over 246 miles and are home to a diverse population rapidly approaching 1 million residents. It has been said that getting something done is an accomplishment. Getting something done right is an achievement. In these challenging economic times, getting something done right requires the excellent judgment born from experience, as well as the courage to act. Our county executive has almost 8 years of on-the-job experience and a stellar reputation for getting things done right for the people of Bergen County. Institution of a prescription discount card program, installation of a community notification system, creation of walkways along the Hackensack River, rehabilitation of the Overpeck County Park, preserving millions of open space, using millions of dollars to preserve open space. This is just a small sampling of the accomplishments of this dedicated public servant. He is a graduate of the University of Delaware and Columbia University and attended our very own Bergen Community College. While experienced leadership is always important, it becomes essential in times of great challenge. Bergen County and its residents are fortunate to have such a leader, a man of vision, a man of action, a man of accomplishment and achievement. It is with great honor and privilege that I introduce to you our County Executive, Dennis McNerney. his wife Catherine, Julia, and Kevin McNerney. Thank you.
All right, well written. Good luck. All right, buddy. Okay, bye. Here we go, buddy. Okay, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Good evening. I want to thank my friends, colleagues, dignitaries, Bergen County citizens, and especially my wife, Catherine, Kevin, and Julia, for joining me tonight as I present the 2010 State of the County Address. I also want to thank Dr. Jerry Ryan and Bergen Community College and his staff for hosting us here at this wonderful theater. In these tough economic times, it is important that our students can still receive a quality education at a reasonable price. And I am proud to say that since opening our new South Bergen campus in Lyndhurst, enrollment has increased by about 2,000 students. The young men and women studying at BCC are our future leaders whose ideas and ingenuity will keep Bergen County moving forward for generations. And I am proud to do all that we can to help them achieve their goals. I've lived in Bergen County my whole life. Somebody who grew up in Teaneck, went to grammar school in Bogota, and attended Bergen Catholic High School. My wife went to Riverdale High School in River Edge, and we now live in our Hocus with our children. Throwing Little League, Girl Scouts, play dates, 2 sets of in-laws, and soon you'll see we have ties to every part of Bergen County. My family is attached to the county because we know that Bergen is the best place to raise our family. And as county executive, I promise that I would continue to do all that I can to make Bergen County the best place to raise your families. Thank you. We have the best public schools in the state, including the Bergen County Academies, one of the top 10 high schools in the entire nation. We also have very little crime here in Bergen County because of our specialized and dedicated law enforcement personnel. And our county's recreational opportunities are second to none in the state. Bergen County is and will remain a great place for us all. But the times, unfortunately, have made life a little bit more difficult for so many of our friends, family, and neighbors. For quite some time, we have been bombarded with bad news. But whether it's been the poor economy, political unrest around the world, or even natural disasters, the worst tends to bring out the best in us. And that applies right here in Bergen County. Over the years, we have seen great things happening here in the county. In the area of public safety, we have seen violent crime plummet by 15%, and overall crime decline by 9%. And one of those reasons is the Sheriff's Department has partnered with the United Way to reduce the rate of repeat offenders in Bergen County. We are also a few months removed from opening a new state-of-the-art emergency dispatch center in Mahwah that will lower dispatch costs for all local municipalities. This center will also be the home of the county's trunk radio system that will allow first responders from across the county to share one communications channel during regional emergency. The county's Office of Consumer Protection has secured over $1.5 million in restitution for our residents from unscrupulous merchants. And even during these difficult times, we've improved many of our recreational facilities throughout the county. One of our greatest accomplishments was the completion of the Bergen County Sportsplex in Palisades Park. State-of-the-art football, track, baseball, softball, Little League, and Challenger Field are enjoyed by thousands of children and their families every spring and summer. We've also purchased a golf course that has been a tremendous success in terms of revenue and also with the county's 21,000 registered golfers who play over 200,000 rounds of golf each season. But I believe our crowning achievement was really the capping of the Overpeck landfill and transforming it into one of the premier county recreational facilities. This brownfield was an eyesore for well over 50 years. Through the diligence and dedication of so many people, residents throughout the county will now have 120 acres of new parkland in which to play ball, fly a kite, or just take a leisurely walk around over Pet Creek. It is this endeavor that I really want to thank Ridgefield Park Mayor George Fosdick, who has made sure that this project moved forward correctly and safely. Thank you, George, and all the other elected officials out there. Thank you. Transportation continues to be a critical issue throughout the region, with a particular impact on the quality of life for Bergen County. And as the last few snowstorms, our roads and bridges are still in need of dire repair. We must fix what is broken and improve what is deteriorating. This year, the county will spend more than $7 million to repave and repair our roads that have been decimated by all of the rounds of winter storms. Roads such as Crescent Avenue in Allendale and Ramsey, Union Avenue in Cresskill, Saddle River Road in Fairlawn, Lincoln Avenue in Ridgewood, Orient Way in Lyndhurst, Midland Avenue in Paramus, and Forest Avenue in Teaneck. We're also going to use federal surplus funds to build a new Dillard Memorial Bridge, the Court Street Bridge in Hackensack, and fix Route 46 at Main Street in Lodi. And now, my role as chairman of the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority puts me in a unique position to champion for more state and federal highway dollars to be spent in Bergen County. Thank you. We have worked hard to improve access and reduce congestion along Route 17, such as constructing the new Essex Street Bridge. We will continue to receive more funds to fix the Route 17 squeezer in Rochelle Park. And a redesign of Kinderkamak Road is underway that will improve access and mobility along the corridor for residents and local businesses in one of the most heavily traveled regions of our county. These are tangible accomplishments that we and our residents should be proud of. Of course, we are in the midst of historic change, and I believe that we must embrace change and do things differently than what we have done in the past. One of the points on which the governor and I now see eye to eye on is sharing services. Consolidation has been a buzzword in Trenton for a year now, but for Bergen County, it's our future. I applaud what our municipalities have accomplished with regard to joint purchasing, road paving, and library borrowing. But the times now call for bolder action. The economic realities and the state budget cuts are going to force elected officials to share their limited resources or risk alienating people who now more than ever need these vital services. While the county will continue to pursue avenues of consolidation that make fiscal sense, I will also push local officials to work together and share more among themselves and their communities. We have the most towns and the largest population of any county in the state of New Jersey. Our residents don't care who collects the trash or who records their deeds. They care about receiving prompt, reliable service for the taxes that they pay. And we have seen several successes throughout the county. Hallworth and Demarest began a program with the county to share a police cruiser. And now that program is being emulated by Lodi and Wallington. I want to thank freeholders Jen Carroll and Liz Calabrese for sharing my vision and moving this initiative forward. Montvale, Park Ridge, and Woodcliff Lake have discussed the possibility of sharing a municipal court. And Sheriff Leo McGuire has implemented a transportation program that reduces overtime for local law enforcement officials that allows them to patrol their communities instead of shuttling people between their town and the jail in Hackensack. And in the past 2 years, I gave my full support to the residents of Demarest, Hallworth, Maywood, Little Ferry, Moonachie, Ordell, River Edge, Upper Saddle River, and Woodridge, who overwhelmingly passed referendums in the last election to share services with their neighboring communities. I want to applaud those towns that have decided to change on their own rather than having the state tell them that they must merge or face fiscal consequences. Thank you, those towns. And in supporting these towns, I will also do my part in the administration. We recently awarded a state-of-the-art sewer cleaning truck to be shared among 10 towns in the Passac Valley as a reward for sharing capital equipment. This is a great shared service that allows municipalities to purchase and use new equipment for the betterment of their towns. My administration has also spoken to county officials around the state about creating a Northern County cooperative for capital purchases. By pooling our joint purchasing power, we could save residents millions of dollars on purchasing for all sorts, from emergency vehicles to energy consumption. And now, speaking of energy, the county will also be undertaking a massive solar initiative this year. The county will work with our towns, school boards, and private industry to install close to 150,000 solar panels throughout the county that will generate close to 30 megawatts of clean, green energy. Thank you. Besides the obvious cost and environmental savings of using these green technologies, we will also be putting hundreds of highly skilled Bergen County electricians, builders, and craftsmen to work. And the goal is to use these economic times to really think creatively and make changes for the benefits of our county residents. This is the way that governments must conduct business if we really are to continue providing excellent service to our constituents. And in providing service to our constituents, I will make sure that our own house is in order. And since I became county executive, I've reduced the county's workforce by 10%. As I've said, county government is and has been lean, it has been since a generation. Yet we still have a mandate to provide the services that make Bergen County special for all of us. Over the next several months, I would take a strong look at how the county's departments and agencies can be consolidated to squeeze even more savings from our departments. Mind you, I will make no cuts that don't foster efficiencies or drastically curtail vital programs. But now, more than ever, our citizens need the services provided by the county. This is evidenced by the dramatic amount of clients who are seen at the new Housing, Health, and Human Services Center in Hackensack. Now, this is a shared endeavor between the county and the Housing Authority, and it's a prime example of two government agencies sharing resources to provide a better product really for those most in need. Back in 2004, I stated publicly that we would build a new shelter, first time ever, because it is what government should be doing. I can't tell you, and you know it too, there are so many Bergen County residents who need a helping hand, and I am grateful that we move forward with this extremely important safety net. As an example, last year, Mr. Will Palagoro lost his job and his home in one fell swoop. And he came to the center looking for help. And I am proud to say that he was quickly moved from the temporary shelter to permanent housing. Now, Will is in the process of getting a full-time job and getting his license to become a boiler operator. Congratulations, Will. I want to thank you. He's right here. Stand up, Will. And he really is an example of Bergen County, you know what, taking care of one of its own, who needed a hand up, not a handout. And I'm proud that he's with us here this evening. And I also want to thank the many volunteers who do it every day, even today, donate their time at the center, serving meals or counseling those who need help. As President Franklin Roosevelt once remarked, it is the purpose of government to see that not only the legitimate interests for the few are protected, but the welfare and the rights of the many are conserved. We provide so many important services that people can use to get them past these rough times. Services such as the Bergen County Savers Discount Card for seniors, for first responders, military personnel, and their family. Handicap-accessible emergency busing. The Senior Citizen Reverse 911 that allows family members to check on their loved ones daily. The more than 380,000 meals that are delivered every year to our residents who can no longer shop or prepare dinner for themselves. Free H1N1 vaccinations for our children and the elderly. An education of thousands of EMT, police, and fire officers at our Law and Public Safety Academy. These are the programs that will continue to thrive under my administration so that everybody who needs help, education, or peace of mind will receive it. Thank you. We also have to plan for our future and our children's future. This spring, we're going to hold a forum to update the Bergen County Master Plan. This document, which was adopted in 1973, has been the blueprint for how we have planned development, recreational, and transportation projects throughout the county. It has been successful for over 37 years, but it does need to be revised to reflect really our changing times. The forum will consist of planning experts, interested stakeholders, and members of the public who will come together to draft a new master plan that looks at shifting our demographics and infrastructure. Now, this is the type of public policy that is needed to maintain Bergen County's status as the #1 county in New Jersey over the course of the next several decades. As I speak to you this evening, I do so with my feet firmly planted on the ground. I understand the concerns and trepidation of our residents as we cope with the worst economic recession in our lifetime. Nevertheless, we must work together to change our economic fortunes while still providing the services our citizens need to make their lives better. I believe in responsible government. As county executive, I've governed responsibly by making sure Bergen County lives within our means, and I am proud to say that the county is on firm financial ground. The independent fiscal rating agency Moody's wrote in its most recent report of Bergen County, and I quote, "The county's finances will remain sound, despite a modest reduction to reserves. The county's overall debt burden is low, and direct debt is nominal. Moody's expects the county's economy to remain vibrant. They have affirmed the county's AAA bond rating and has assigned a stable outlook. Our strong financial footing doesn't leave me surprised. Bergen County has the largest number of workers, private sector jobs, and the highest per capita income of all 21 New Jersey counties. However, we must be creative and help those workers who must redefine themselves in this evolving economy. My goal is for Bergen County to be at the forefront in leading the economic recovery throughout the county and the state. You know, over 45% of our county residents work in the financial, insurance, and real estate sectors. These sectors have been hit hard by the recession, and many of the employees who lost their jobs in these industries are looking to change careers. Some are just looking for decent jobs so they can ensure their family's safety. And in an effort to help these highly skilled and educated people get back to the workforce, we need to give them the right tools. So today, I'm calling on Bergen Community College to spearhead a collaborative Bergen County workforce exchange that puts job creation, training, and economic development all under one roof. Coupled with the Bergen County Improvement Authority, the nonprofit Economic Development Corporation, the Workforce Investment Board, and United Labor Agency, the Workforce Exchange would provide classes, training, recruiting, and job placement for hundreds of experienced employees looking to re-enter the workforce or train for a new career. Additionally, the Workforce Exchange would work with the private industry to place the highest people in the right positions as the economy rallies in the near future. Now, I envision a business service that gets our Bergen residents back to work and earning a good living while helping new businesses get started right here and existing businesses expand. I will work with all parties, including our state and federal legislators, to make this exchange a model to be emulated by other government entities. But while we move forward, we are hearing disturbing news from Trenton that may force us all to take a step back. A recent report from the governor's office suggests steep cuts to programs that benefit local communities. This report makes it abundantly clear that these cuts will lead to less state aid for particularly the suburbs, particularly Bergen County school districts. For example, Bergenfield can expect $1.5 million less in state aid this year. Hackensack can expect $3.5 million less. Lodi, $3.8 million. Mahwah, $1 million. Teaneck, $2 million. And the list goes on and on. Last year, we successfully lobbied Trenton for more state aid from our public schools, for our public schools. And the new school funding formula in Bergen County resulted in 76 total districts getting significant increases based on student need, not student enrollment. Now, these districts will have their aid slashed, and cuts will have to be made in our local communities. But just keep in mind the fact, about 65% of your local taxes go toward local education. This means that every dollar a homeowner pays in property taxes, 35 cents pays for garbage collection, snow removal, libraries, parks, community policing, and other vital municipal functions. These functions are lean and can't be cut without affecting services. So if our towns are expected to cut back, where will they have to cut? That's right, local education. One aspect of our communities that make Bergen County such a desirable place to live and keeps our property values so high. The state should not pass along its fiscal problems to our suburban communities. This is inherently unfair to our residents. Fortunately, we do have a strong legislative delegation that will fight for our fair share of state funding. But we can't, of course, leave it to our legislators to fight the battles. We must do what we can to help our communities fend off the fiscal axe being swung at our suburbs. And I would do, as you've seen, what I can to find solutions to these fiscal problems. That's why we are offering the county's assistance, of course, in helping any of our Bergen County mayors, our council members, our school boards to keep their local property tax stable. As I said before, Moody's Investor Service places Bergen County on firm financial ground. We're one of only 45 counties nationwide out of over 3,000 counties that have a AAA bond rating. And this is accomplished through sound fiscal practices and economic strategy. I especially, of course, want to thank our county's Treasury Department for helping us navigate the county through these turbulent times. These are men and women, county employees, who are such assets to the county that we are going to make them available to any other county, municipality, or school board that need innovative ideas and guidance to keep their local property taxes stable and keep their schools the best in the state. This obviously places a strain on our personnel, but again, these are unprecedented economic times, and we need to help each other any way we can to protect our residents' pocketbooks. And while discussing property taxes and savings for local homeowners, I believe that we must cut the county's open space tax in 2010. Since becoming your county executive, I've been a strong proponent of the Open Space Initiative, urging voters to increase the Open Space Initiative to 1 cent for every $100 of a homeowner's assessed valuation. And the voters overwhelmingly approved the increase. This generated an additional $9 million for which the county can preserve farms, improve recreation areas, buy open land, and of course, protect our historic places. And we used the funds to do such great things, such as securing the development rights of many active farms right here in Bergen County, providing tens of millions of dollars to build and improve community parks, constructing a river walk along the Hackensack River in Hackensack, and preserving thousands of acres of open space from development. It was the right plan for the right time. But now residents want tax relief. By cutting the open space tax, we can save millions for Bergen County taxpayers, monies that homeowners sorely need. Now, will this tax cut be a cure-all for all our taxpayers? Quite obviously, no. But it is something that we can and should do to help our residents get through this fiscal crisis. Cuts must come from all places, and I will not protect any sacred cows for political expediency. The times have changed. And if people cannot offer solutions to today's problems, then those people should step aside. I've often said that it's easy to criticize and complain, and most fools do, but now is the time to stop the criticism and get to work solving our problems. Before we conclude, I must say a few words about our upcoming budget. During my administration, I have proposed balanced budgets. Budgets that help Bergen County's various constituencies. Budgets that produce some of the lowest county tax rates in the state. And budgets that were respected by independent credit rating agencies. In the next few weeks, I will be presenting the county's 2010 budget to Chairman Jim Carroll and the Freeholder Board. Again, it will be an austere budget with several cuts that reflect the changing times and really the unprecedented fiscal climate. But I promise you that it will be a fair, balanced, and responsible budget. And let me make one thing perfectly clear to those who really wish to pick a fight. Now is the time not for headline grabbing and partisanship. The public wants leadership, not sound bites. We must be bold and confront our problems and not sit comfortably on the sidelines doing nothing. And I am prepared to make the tough decisions. And often unpopular decisions that will keep Bergen County on the road to recovery. We haven't faced adversity over the last few years, but we cannot hide from the problems. The role of public servants is to face the challenges head on and do the best we can to improve the lives of our constituencies. I think a quote from one of Bergen County's most famous residents sums it up how I feel. The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and a determination that whether we win or lose, we've applied the best of ourselves. Those words were from Vince Lombardi, who coached St. Cecilia's in Englewood. And as we go forward, I ask that we all try to live by the words of Coach Lombardi. If we work to the best of our abilities, we will overcome all challenges. Friends, it's been my privilege to serve as your county executive. From working together to promote shared services, to providing the human and material resources necessary to keep us safe, to protecting and caring for the most vulnerable of our citizens, to improving the quality of life for all of our family and friends and our neighbors. I, like you, take great pride in doing the best that we can do to achieve these goals. We have put the pieces in place now and made the necessary adjustments to make Bergen County better because it's the right thing to do. Because of these changes, Bergen County is strong today and will be stronger tomorrow. We've accomplished a great deal, and I'm confident that if we all do our part, we will continue to do great things in the future. So on behalf of my directors, constitutional officers, freeholders, legislative leaders, and most importantly, from my family to yours, thank you and God bless.